Welcome, here I've got LG G8s ThinQ and I'm gonna show you the top tricks of its camera. So let's start by tapping on the camera button to open it, and for now we are in the standard photo mode. Let's see what we've got here. Let me start with this settings bar. Here by going to the left or right we can change the modes of this camera, so we have the studio mode, portrait mode, standard photo, standard video, auto intelligent camera, manual camera, so kind of pro mode, and by going to more to the right to the end we have access to other modes like night view, panoramic, story shot, manual video, slow motion, flash, jump, cut, triple shot, cine video, foot, YouTube live, and AR stickers. So this is a lot. I don't have much time to speak about all of these modes now. I suggest you to making experiments with that and just have a good fun. Now let's go back to standard photo mode, and here let me start by tapping anywhere like that at the picture. As you can see, we have access to this ring. This is the focusing ring, so now we are picking the focusing area, and this is connected with this slider, which is extra one here. And here we can manage the exposure compensation of our photo, so we can change the light of our picture. As you can see, by going to the right we can make our photo more bright, by going to the left we can make it more dark, and when we tap again anywhere we go back to the auto settings. We have also here one extra thing, MF, this letters button from the left. When we tap here we can adjust the focusing manually by using this slider. This is how it works. And of course we can tap anywhere to go back to the autofocus. Now let's look at this button at the center. When we tap here we can change the lenses of this camera, so we can get closer. Another tap and we have access to ultra wide lens, and when we tap once again we go back to the wide lens. So this is kind of connected with zoom. Now let me show you how to use zoom. We can do it by using two fingers like that to get closer to the subject and also to go back. And we can do it also in the second way by tapping a little bit longer in this button here. And as you can see, now we get access to extra slider and we can get closer to the subject, also go back and pick these lenses also. I think this way is more precisely than using two fingers, but you can use this as you need and as you like. And now let's move to this settings bar here. Let's go from the right. The first one button here allow us to add the activate the camera timer when we want to take a photo, so we can adjust the delay of taking picture. Now we are in 3 seconds of delay, another tap to go to 5 seconds of delay, and also we can pick 10 seconds of delay, so we have wide choice, and another tap to turn it off. Now let me stay on 3 seconds to show you how it works, and let me take a picture. And here we have the countdown. Now the picture was taken with 3 seconds of delay. So let me tap here once again, twice, to turn it off, and let's move to this button. Here we can manage the flash of this camera. We can turn it on. Every time we take a picture we can turn it on the auto, so the camera should recognize when it's needed, when it's too dark. And when we tap here once again we can turn it off. So by just tapping here we can manage this. Now let me stay on turn it off flash, and let's move to this button here. When we tap on it we can manage the filters, so we can make our picture just more beautiful before we take it, and we can change it like that and pick here from this slider whatever we need. We have also access to kind of black and white filters. And as you can see, this is how it works. Also we have this one extra slider to adjust the intensity of our filter. By using this we can do it like that. So for now let's go to known and let's move to this button. Here we can also add some stickers to our picture like that, but you have to discover it yourself because we have to find a face here to make it work correctly. So let's turn it off here from the left and tap here once again to close this, and let's move to the left corner to this button. When we tap on it we can open the advanced camera settings, As you can see, this is a lot. Let me show you a few of them. Let me start with general category and HDR option. By just one tap here, we can decide to have HDR on the auto settings, so the camera should recognize when it's possible to have this. We can also turn it on every time we take a picture, or turn it off. I suggest you to keep this on the auto because HDR helps to improve the details in the brightest and darkest areas of our photos, and it really helps to making them just more beautiful and lightful. And this is really cool option. Now let's move to the useful features. Let's start with live photo. By tapping here, we can turn it on and turn it off. So let me keep this turned on. And here we have some cool option. When we take a picture, we get 2-in-1, the photo and the short clip. So we have also short information from the device that this records the action before and after you take a photo. Let me show you how it works. So let's keep this turned on and let me take a picture. To see it, let's move to the left to this button. When we tap here, we get quick access to the gallery, and as you can see, this is our photo. We can play it again by tapping on this button here to see the short clip, but now we have to allow the video to access to it. So this is really cool option, and this is how it works. Now let's go back to the camera. Let's go again to the left corner. Let me turn it off the live photo now, and let's move to the cheese shutter. Here we have turn on the camera audio control. By using this button, we can turn it on and off like that, and when we have this, we can take a picture without touching the screen by saying some keywords like cheese, smile, whiskey, kimchi or LG. So let me show you how it works. Let's turn it on. Let's go back to the camera, and now let me try to take a picture by saying some word like maybe smile, and the photo was taken. So this is how it works. Now let's move again to the left corner. Let's turn it off, and let's go to the tracking focus option. By just one tap, we can turn it on and turn it off, and this is really cool thing because this track object that is moving. So when we want to take a picture to something in move, we can track it to save the focusing on it. Let me show you how it works. This is my object. By tapping on it, we have this square, and now when I move this object, it follows. So I think this is really useful also. Let's tap here once again, let's turn it off, and move to tag locations option. By just one tap, we can turn it off and turn it on, and here we can save the information about the place where we take a picture in the details about it. Also, when we want to have this turned on and when we want to make it work correctly, we have to be connected with the internet, for example with the Wi-Fi, and we have to turn on the location of this device. So remember about these two parameters to make it work when you want to save the actual location of the picture. Now let me keep this turned on. Let's take another picture and move again to the left to the gallery. So this is it. And now in the gallery, let's go to the right corner. When we tap here, we get access to some options with the location information and the details. So we have two ways to check the location of our picture. When we tap here, we can decide to show it on map, edit location or remove location. When we tap here once again and pick the details, we can check the full address. So greetings from Kraków, Poland. And now let's go back to the camera, to the left corner here. Let me slide again and move to the grid option. By tapping on it, we can turn on the camera grid lines and turn them off when we don't need them. Now let me keep this turned on. In the camera preview now we can see these lines. This is useful, for example, when we want to use the rule of thirds in photography or making experiments with composition. Also remember that these lines are not visible at the real picture. So when I take a photo and again when I go to the left to the gallery, we can't see them. So the grid lines are only to help us taking better photos. Of course, we can go back to the left corner, slide a little bit to turn them off. Now they have gone in the camera preview, as you can see. So this is really easy. And let's move now to add signature option. When we tap here, we can add kind of watermark to our picture, our own watermark with signature. So let me write here, for example, hard reset. And as you can see, we have short preview here in the right corner at the bottom, and we can also change its style by picking the font. So we can pick whatever we need and like here. And we can add it. So let's stay on this and let me take another picture. Let's move again to the gallery, and now at this photo we can see the camera watermark, the signature here in the right corner at the bottom. We can get closer to it. And this is how it looks like. We can of course go back to the camera when we don't need it, tap here in the left corner once again, slide a little bit and use this button, use this button here from the right to turn it off. Now when we take another picture, the signature should be not visible at it. And I want to also show you these two buttons, they are connected. So let's start with this from the right. Here we can pick the photo size, we can manage the aspect ratio connected with the quality in megapixels and the sizes. So we have wide choice and you can pick here whatever you need. Now let me focus on aspect ratio because this is the difference we can see by our eyes. We are in 4:3, let's tap on 16:9, and when we go back to the camera preview, we can see that this is the longer one aspect ratio. Another tap to the left corner to this button and we can also pick 18:9 aspect ratio, and this is connected with this button from the left because here by just one tap we can turn on the full vision. The 18:9 aspect ratio is the full vision, full screen camera frame, so in the camera preview it looks like that. And we can of course tap here once again, so this is just a short to this. When we want to have quickly the full aspect ratio, we can use this button. And the other are here, so let's pick also 1 and 1. And in the camera preview it looks like that, so this is the square one. And of course we can tap here once again to go back to 4:3. I suggest you to keep this on the best possible quality, which is 12 megapixels to 4:3, 9 and 2 megapixels to 16:9, 8 and 1 megapixels to 18:9, and 9 and 7 megapixels to 1 and 1. And that's all from me. Thanks for watching, subscribe our channel and leave the thumbs up.